Vishwas is dedicated to working for a mentally healthy and emotionally happy society. They provide high quality free counseling services to people in emotional stress. Their members are volunteers who offer their services on a honorary basis. Vishwas also proactively reach out to conduct activities that meet the objective of creating a mental healthy society and also for the generation of resources to sustain such activities. Thank you so much, Sri Vidya Ma'am, for joining us today.
He was doing the way out, but yet sometimes we have to go and understand what is it. So what's the and mind? I'm glad we are adding mind. So here is just not body and mind, because they are together, they work together. They are not independent of each other. They are very interdependent. We live in an interdependent world, so mind and body are also. So the moment we say health, it's important to think of both body and mind. I know some people, the moment they say mental health, I'm good, I don't need the session. Right? That's a very natural talk. But if the same thing we say cancer awareness, we will still come. Not because we have cancer, we want to know about it. Correct? If some other session, I'm sure would have had no people in it as physical health. So we think still mental health means what media shows mad people. The media is showing that kuchuru, mad, pagal. That's what we are understanding of mental health generally is. That's why there's so much of stigma attached to it and saying, it's okay, I'm good, I'm doing well. So this is a question people ask me, what kind of people come to Vishwas? My answer is, or our answer is, we say, so-called normal people like you and me come to Vishwas. Not somebody who has a big issue. I'll explain what I mean by that. Like what we have seen on the movies where people are powerful. That's not the people we deal with. That's the doctors who deal with them. So-called normal people like any of you, me, where we function generally, etc. There's nothing visible. Whatever you have, your kidney is not functioning, heart is not functioning, you have enough of scanners, MRIs and ultrasound, what not to identify what is the physical health. The challenge with mental health is it's not visible, it's not obviously visible, and you don't have so many the direct where they give you the lab report. Of course, doctors do find out more of that, but when we talk about health, it's as good as your any physical illness. You have small things like fever, cold, cough, to heart, to any big organ is affected. Same thing, our psychiatrist said, remember your brain is also another organ in the body. So that can also get affected. And the illnesses always manifest in the form of your behavior. And that's why it's very difficult to identify, and there's a lack of awareness also to identify that there's some issue to seek help. We say, how can somebody help me? I need to help myself. Oh, I'm sure everything will be okay. We have to normally people say, don't worry, everything will be okay. The standard we tell ourselves also, people around us also tell us, say, hey, don't worry, everything will be alright. We give a lot of time. So there's a challenge in identifying first. Second, accepting that something is not okay. And the third step is seeking help. Identifying, accepting that yes, I'm not able to handle myself and I need help. The third step is seeking for help. And seeking help is a strength, not a weakness. Right? It's not an indication of weakness, it's an indication of strength. When you seek help, at least you know you want to do something about it, you want to get over it and move on. Whatever else. So we had even an office, we say, why are you not taking help? Why are you struggling yourself? We encourage that part of the team, right? Work with each other, take help, learn from each other, etc. Same thing is this, any of emotional disturbances that we can understand, right? Feeling sad for a long, momentary feeling sad is okay. If I'm sad, angry for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, or whatever a period. But if it is repeating, or if it is continuous, or if it is longer period, if one day you just feel like I don't want to do anything, it's okay. But if that's more frequent, is when we need to pay attention and see what's bothering. So that's where actually counseling helps. For rest, you have to go psychiatrist, that's what we do. But we help in all these aspects of managing your simple stresses. I'm not trivializing, but I'm saying that you don't need medication, but you're stressed about whatever your work, your relationships, or you have some challenges of any kind of challenges you're going through because of a certain situation in life. There is some property issue is going on that will stress you. Right? There could be 101 different reasons which can cause stress for us. And we're not going to go and, I'm not doing a session of stress management today, but we're talking about identifying and what is the role we play at Vishwas. How do we help people at Vishwas? That's the kind of conversation, and what we decided is I will spend a few minutes of talking about all this, and then we'll open the floor for questions. That is more important than me walking through a slide deck, which we anyway see every day. Sometimes seeing those decks only will stress us. Right? That's why we said we will not do it. We thought initially, but then we said we will not do the slides, but we will keep it more interactive. You can ask any kind of questions after I just finish a few minutes of just explaining what kind of work we do. And it's so interesting, we have Tala, she's one of the founders of Vishwas. Vishwas is there for the last 33 years. So we just celebrated last month our 33rd year of existence. And thank you. And our mission is to contribute to the mentally healthy and emotionally happy society. That's what we stand for. And for emotional happiness is where the counseling helps.
33 years back, you started this
Organization.
awareness at that time of
Back then it started actually we do counseling service. Awareness is once in a while when people call us we do. Our primary is counseling service. Vishwas.
mental health came to recent 5-10 years back, right? You started realizing.
Talking more about it, but mental health has existed forever like physical health. Okay, it's not that mental health is a new problem. It is people have become more open to talk about it. Health issues are always there. Forever it has been there. Whether it could be a learning difficulty for a child to cope up with, from there to all kinds of, major mental illness like schizophrenia, bipolar, these are major. And you have heard other things like depression. And depression can be, again, it's a spectrum from low to severe. So when it is low, is where counseling can help. As it goes severe, that's where you need psychiatric help. That is doctors. So that's what our primary service is counseling service. Free and confidential. Completely free. All of us are volunteers. All of us are volunteers. She's there for 33 years, I'm there for 23 years, and there are so many of us like we're always on an average around 20 volunteers at Vishwas. And so this awareness session is only when people might become involved. Right? Because of Dhanendra we are here. Who is one of your employees who is a volunteer with us at Vishwas. Maybe Dhanendra should show who you are. So he's one of the volunteers at Vishwas, and that's how we come and met Sonia and so many. They said, why don't you come and do an awareness session? That's the background of why we are here. This is not our primary work. Primary work is actually helping people. Okay, when I say helping people, let me clarify. We don't provide direct help. We don't provide direct help at all. We help people to help themselves. Anyway, I was coming since you asked the question and I'm coming there. So we help people to help themselves. So we don't provide any direct help. Because we can't, right? Somebody will say, I don't have money, can you help us? From from any kind of thing, so we cannot help anything, but we help the person to help themselves and walk you through the little process what we follow, starting from, let's say, somebody having a work stress or a relationship issue, they will come to us. What is the first thing we do? Any guess? What is the first thing we do?
Listen to them.
Yes, absolutely. We listen to them. We have no process of filling the forms and nothing. They just come. In fact, no appointment also required to come to our center. People can walk in our working hours. They just can walk in, one of us will be there to talk to them, more than talk to them, listen to them. First, most of the time we listen. And why? How listening will help. Any idea how listening will help? I'm sure you all have experienced. I'm sure something is bothering and we go share with a friend. What happens? You feel relaxed, right? The stress comes down. That is one little bit, but when it's more severe, it's where you need a professional. We all are used to taking this little bit of sharing, which is very, very powerful. We share with our family members, friends, only whoever we are comfortable with whom we have the rapport, with whom we trust. Most important is the trust. With them we go and share, right? Yes, I can see the smiles. So when you trust somebody is where you are open to go and share, whoever that person is. And when you share, it kind of lightens your mind and in turn the body. Mind and body are very, very connected to each other. Two organs, they work together. So that also helps through our process. So when people come first, we listen to them unconditionally. That's the difference between us and a friend or somebody, a family member. When you share, they might have their viewpoint, or they might have so-called judgmental. So we follow a non-judgmental, non-directive concept. That's our philosophy. Whatever people tell, we will not have our reaction to that. Could be as simple, oh, how the, not even that. Our eyebrows don't go up to whatever they share. Right? That means I'm somewhere reacting to that and they will immediately stop sharing. So that is a big difference between sharing with outsiders versus us as professionals, that we don't even react because we don't see from that. It's not that it's there and controlling you. We are trained where we start accepting people the way they are, as they are, and we don't bring in our perspective to them. So that's why, in fact, they kept asking me a lot of send us the introduction, send us the introduction. At Vishwas, when people come, we only share our names and nothing else. Nothing about our background. Here we can share, but we don't find it relevant in this context. Because when people come, we don't want them to have any bias, and we don't want to bring our biases, so we keep everything outside of Vishwas. We carry only our name. So that's one of the reasons why we did not want to send our profile and the bio data, which I would do it otherwise in the other context. So we don't even share any of our personal details. Nor we ask for their details other than their name and the phone number for us to contact. The rest, they will choose to share what they want to share. We will not ask them. Tell me where you are working, what company, which company, all of this is material for us. They will share, they know what is relevant. So we don't get into any of, that's why they don't even fill any form. So people come in, they just share whatever they want, we listen to them, and then work along with them. As you rightly said, when they share, they feel relaxed because they're clouded with a lot of emotions. Either sadness, anger, frustration, many emotions. It's all clouded here. And when we operate from that, what happens? Our brain doesn't function. We can't think clearly. So we help first to declutter. If I can use the word declutter, then their own brain will start working. And then they'll discuss with us, okay, maybe I should try this, maybe I should try that. Then they say, how would you want to implement? What would happen? So we kind of walk them through. We we walk them through their journey, we travel with their journey of change what they want to bring in again, not what we want them. We want in them. Then some of the areas we work, people come for what reasons? And some of the questions on your behalf I'm asking that we open the floor. We have people, parents bringing children saying, my child doesn't study. And most often we end up counseling the parents and the children. Because today a lot of pressure youth go through because of the peer pressure. More than family pressures, peer pressure is very high. So people come, right? You're able to connect a lot of things. I can see the smiles and the laughter. Yes, a lot of peer pressure. So they come from that, or work pressure, all kinds of relationship issues. When I say relationship, all kinds. We have fathers and mother, daughter, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, brothers, all kinds of relationship issues people come. Or to their own personality issues, they're able to not able to deal with certain situations. It could be situation specific. At that point, they're going through, or sexual abuses. Either the current or as a child they would have gone through sexual abuse, but they don't come with that problem. They come with the current problem, and that's where we are trained to go back and see where is the root cause of what they are going through currently. And very often, I think 1 in 3 girl child has been sexually abused as a child, and they go through a lot of challenges as an adult. And we go help them to deal with what they've gone through as a child, and then they will help with the current life much better. The good news is that the process does help them to get back to where they want to. And every fourth boy child goes through a sexual abuse as per the statistics. So that also will help. And we've had people who come and say, we had it just 2, 3 days ago, somebody came saying, I don't want to leave. I want to keep myself. I want to commit suicide. They come to us. Most of the time, we'll be able to help them to change their decision. Not giving a camera advice saying this is not right to do, that is wrong to do that. Just listen to them first, help them what's bothering them, and then taking them through the process. This is how we are able to kind of the work. What we do at Vishwas is this is what we work in broad. If you want to add something more?
I'm Tanga. Yes, I'm a founder of Vishwas. My husband and I and a group of people, we started Vishwas in August 1991. So it's been a long journey for both of us. Of course, we do other things, but for me, this has been my mainstay. I don't work and I've given a lot of my time to Vishwas. I want to just answer that question of yours. Definitely, when we started, and not 10 years, but maybe 20 years, there is a change. Initially, actually, we started with the purpose of helping families and people going through cancer. And then we realized that it's a very niche area, and in those days, like 3 years ago, people never spoke about it. Many people, the family members died without knowing they had cancer. So we opened it up to a regular counseling center. And definitely we had older people coming, men coming, and very little women coming. And then, after about 10 years, we saw the change. It was almost like a 60-50, 60% would be men and 40% would be women. And now I could say without a pride that we have more women coming seeking help, which is a great thing because women, they find it very difficult to put their problems first. So for women, it's always the last thing to deal with. First to deal with the house, then to deal with the children, then to deal with the husband, to deal with your work, and then if you have the family, then deal with whatever you go through. So that is how we have evolved. The most important thing I want to just cover what all that we do at Vishwas. I just want to say a few things about stress. Stress is an integral part of every human being. And stress is absolutely required for all of us to function. But it has to be in the right proportions. And when it goes overboard, and there is multiple reasons to get stressed, then what happens is we are not able to breathe good. And then it affects the routine and everything. So the thing is that it's very easy to talk about physical illness, ailment, injury to anybody. Then you can even say, I went to the doctor, I got tested, this is it, I had fracture, I had some injury, I had a stomach upset. It's so easy to talk about it. It's not at all easy to talk about stress that goes on in all our lives. And we either think that it will just go away, or we think that at some point, maybe I think I can manage this without having to take any help. People around us also say that no, 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 it's not such a big deal. It's for a short period in away, and it's impossible to talk about it. Talk about what is bothering us in our life. Because it's about touching our own emotions, which are probably at that point of time not very positive. It could be negative, it could be things that sap our energy. So we don't want people to think that we are not able to handle ourselves. And that is when we are churning inside and are not able to do anything. And that's where an organization like ours really helps. Because as per even people in the field of mental health, like specialists like psychiatrists, psychologists, and other mental health professionals, they believe that 80% of our problems, we do not have to go to them. It's all whatever situation induced, our own personality induced, or family induced, or our own expectations induced, and it creates a lot of anxiety. So this anxiety can be dealt with by talking to somebody, and like what Vidya said, talking to somebody who has the time. Most important is confidentiality. She spoke about talking to a family member. This is what we start doing. And probably in those days with a big joint family system, it was very easy. Even if your father didn't understand, your uncle would understand. If your uncle would understand, an older cousin would understand. But today there's a complete breakdown of that. And they're all nuclear families. So talking to a family member could mean that our confidentiality is not good. One of us is we also are affected. If something is happening to my husband or to my child, then my responses will be such to make that person comfortable. But maybe that person is really not happy with that response. So that's why a space like ours, which we created, just a space where you can come and you can talk, you can open up, and we are all trained, like she said, to not judge you, to form any opinion about you, not to talk about our own problems, because we have to set aside what we are saying, set aside what we go through to be able to be with you all. And yes, it is like the pressure cooker. A good amount of stress in the pressure cooker helps to cook whatever we have put into the cooker, but excess of it or no pressure at all will not give us the desired result. So we need to release that stress. That is what the being from the pressure cooker does. So that is what we do at Vishwas. We help you to release that stress, to open up, talk, be yourself. Say sometimes the things that you would never want to say to anybody. I did this, I did do this, I thought like this about this person. And we are not here to make an opinion about what you are saying. We just want to know that all of us, when we go through stress, we feel in a particular way and we try to understand that feeling that you are going through. Because once you get that understanding from a person, then you will be able to say, this person has now understood what I'm going through, and now I should be able to do something about it. So this is really the work that we do. And stress is a very, very integral part of our living. Yes, it affects us in multiple ways, and the simple factors that it affects us would be it affect our sleep pattern. People who are not able to sleep for days on end, see these are all indicators of stress. where you become quiet, where you become, a recluse, you're not able to talk to people. And if you see, it doesn't mean that only it's about you. Because we're all also social beings and we have a social responsibility. So if we don't, we may be feeling good, but there will be somebody else not feeling good. And so it's always good to know about this, to either help yourself or to help another person, help a family member. And so it affects sleep pattern, it affects our eating pattern, definitely. We don't feel like eating regularly, eating properly. It affects our hygiene. If you find people coming with, where their hygiene is affected, they're not personal hygiene, they would bathe, they forget they would shave. I mean, I know a lot of youngsters here with theirs, I didn't mean to say you are having a mental problem or anything, but unkept, basically, unkept. Or with girls also who are not dressing well, but feeling very sad. So these are indicators which are very visible to others and to yourselves also. And then there will be other indicators of how it will affect you. You're not able to perform, you're not able to do things. So these are all indicators of stress. So while stress is important and necessary, there is no human being who doesn't have stress. All of us have stress. Right? How much we have, what is our threshold, have we crossed that threshold, and can we, identify that. So, to becoming aware of what you're going through is very important. Otherwise, what happens is invariably we are in denial. We are not saying nothing is happening, nothing is happening to us. And the same with people who are good or people who we care for. It could be a parent, it could be an adult, an older person, it could be a child, it could be a young adult, like 12-year-old, 14-year-old. Today, stress is hitting even 5-6-year-olds because of so much social media, both parents working, no time to give to children, children are caught up with their own peer pressure, so there is stress from every level, with every age. So this is really what we do, this space. It's a very sacred space, I want to say, because when people come there, they feel the warmth and the need to share when they come to Vishwas. And we've reached out to over 18,000, maybe 20,000 people in Bangalore city. And it's been a wonderful journey for us, but we believe that we'll be able to touch people's lives in small ways so that they are able to be more effective and be happy with themselves. That's what I want to say. Let's take questions.
Let's keep the floor open for any questions. Let me just repeat, our Vishwas is in Jayanagar Center. We're open on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday evenings, 5:30 to 7:30. And maybe we will share the details. Our website is also there, you can visit. And Saturday morning, 10:30 to 12:30. No appointment, completely free. We haven't taken even a place out from anyone who can take you have come to seek help from us. And confidentiality. Whatever you share stays within Vishwas. So this is what I just want to once again tell you. The floor is open for any questions. Yes. So how can anybody join us as a volunteer? Two things: one, you can come and seek help for yourself, or when you see somebody feeling little low, whatever, she spoke about all those indicators what we spoke. So you can suggest them to come and take help from Vishwas. That's on one side. The other side, if you want to join us as a volunteer. Okay. So this is what it means. You need to be one day, not all the days. All of us don't go on all the days because each of us have our own other aspect of our life. So I go on Wednesdays, Simon goes on Tuesdays. Each of us have to choose a day and consistently go on the same day. You have to, though officially we are open for 2 hours, you will have to spend minimum 3.5 hours. Better to keep 4 hours in the window, plus your commute time. What does it take to volunteer at Vishwas? Then your commute time, depending on wherever you are coming from. So that much of time you have to keep yourself definitely some 5 hours of your day, depending on where you are. That much of time every week, that's it, that day. Like every Wednesday evening and not every day. So my family, my friends, and whatever work people, whatever, all of them know that Wednesday evening this person is not available. And so as for the family, so as for the family comes on Saturdays. So we all work like that. So that's one commitment expected from a volunteer. Then there are a few other commitments. And in the beginning, we don't need any background experience of counseling or psychology, nothing is required. Even if you have to go through our own internal training program, which is initially for 10 days. That is on weekends, full day, weekdays in the again 2-3 hours in the evening. Most of the time it's in the evening. So that 10 days, and you can't even miss one day, you can't come late. We are very professional. We are proud to say though it's a volunteer organization, we operate highly professional. We have an attendance to sign. No matter whether it's Sunday, if you come even 5 minutes late, we mark that we are late. That kind of, we run it. That operationally, we are very stringent, if I can use the word, we are very, very particular that it has to run. We have to be more committed. Commitment is what is the most important element of a volunteer who joins us. So you have to go through a 10-day training, then you will sit as an observer with the seniors for some months. Then when you start, a senior will sit with you as an observer, and each of us, including any one of us, have a supervisor with whom we have to discuss so that how we can help caller better. We use the word caller because they are neither patients nor clients. So they call for help, so we call them the callers. We are very careful of using what word also. If patients, we send them to the doctors. We have a panel of reference of all the doctors and we work along with them. We continue with our counseling, but they go and take the medical help wherever required. Not everyone, but for whomever it is required for. So this is in short about what it takes. Any more questions you can ask us. Those of you who are interested can visit our website, write to us on an email, reach out to us on the phone numbers, it's listed for more details. If too many will go overboard, so I just thought I'll leave this. Yes. Any other questions?
People who come with you, they for after listening to the solutions of
Do you think we can give? I wish we could. I wish we could have a solution product saying please use this, your skin will get better like that. Right? We can't do that. So we don't give, but we work with them to get the solution. That's what we do. We kind of ask them questions. We help them declutter primarily. They start thinking. And max what we do is we might ask them, have you thought of this? We won't say do this, never. Non-directive. But we might, over a period, if they are not able to think, we may say, have you thought about this? Have you considered this? That's the max we do. I wish we could give solution to everyone. We don't play the role of God. We are very, very clear. We are not.
As you said, health, right? If you see any physical injury, let's say like fracture or anything like that, people don't see it and kind of negative way, or kind of they accept that. Okay, it's some problem. It will take time to recover, and people accept that. But what is the reason behind? Still, there is so much stigma attached to the issue related to mental health. Why, even though we are in 21st century, still that is not happening. That we are able to accept in the way how people accept the
There are multiple reasons. One of the reasons is the lack of awareness. Lack of awareness is first, unfortunately, even the physicians or the body doctors, not all of them are aware. Lack of awareness is one. And second, as I said, I also attribute to some of it to the media how it is portrayed as mentally ill patients. Right? Any movies you see, they act crazy, they're roaming on the road, all that. That is an extreme, severe mental illness. I'm not saying. So that is the second reason. The third reason, unfortunately or incidentally, some of these mental illnesses manifest in your behavior. For example, OCD, you would have heard of OCD, right? One of the manifestation of the pressure is they keep washing hands again and again and again. And if you don't know, we only think that's a behavior. It's only a behavioral issue that they're doing. Because we don't even know that. And if you had asked me some 30 years ago, I also wouldn't do that. I also think, oh, some problem with this person. Why do they do it? I remember one of our aunt, she would go for a shower and she would, every day to shower, she would take 1.5 hours. So entire family, it was known that none of us wanted to go to their house at that hour because she would take an hour and a half to shower every day. Then over the period, now I understand it's mostly she should be busy washing again and again and again, cleaning again and again and again. So that lack of awareness, acceptance and manifesting in behavior is where people connect to. Sometimes you don't know whether it's actually your behavior or it's a manifestation of your illness. For example, when you have COVID, it's easy because you can see something coming out of your nose. But when you have depression or anxiety or any other, which can be, as I said, at the low end of it also, it manifests. You can call people lazy. No problem, just that person is very lazy. We attach it to a behavior. Right? Instead of saying the children, they have a problem, they say, "Ella gottagalla, idu matra gottagalla." The parents will say, because that could be a challenge for the child in one aspect. Otherwise, they're intelligent. They have a problem only with language or comprehension or some aspect of the learning. The other part of the learning will be good. So we attach it to the behavior, and that's where there's a gap. And stigma is there over a period of time, over the years for multiple reasons. But we see in the last 33 years to now, over the years, it's more open. To the extent now people who come and take care, they're happy to go and write a review on Google for us, which earlier we would never think of them. And they go tell out, I'm taking counseling help, this is what, and some of the people who come, they say, you call us, we will come and tell. So there has been a change, still a lot more to go, of course, now. But these are the reasons what I could add to it. Any other reason?
I think that, I mean, in addition to all the things that we have spoken about, it is a fact that there is a stigma. But that is why we want youngsters like you all to, to become, open up your minds to say there is no stigma actually. It is like, it is one more part of our body which is not functional. It's okay to take medication. So that's the other reason why there is a stigma. But if you have mental illness, then you have to take medication. And medication will affect us. And so we try to avoid it. So if required, and because obviously we at Vishwas are not at all able to give you medication or give you a prescription, but we will definitely direct you to a person maybe for depression or for some other problem that you're going through. You ask you to see a doctor, and it's okay to take medication. So that is why we want more and more awareness to happen among younger people like you want to say it's okay that you are going through a mission. So how we deal with it, how we deal with a colleague, how we respond, all that has to slowly change for all of us. Unless we do that, so for people like us who are doing this work, we realize how important it is. But obviously for all of you, it's like a taboo talk. So you have to say it's no more a taboo talk. That's why I'm very thankful for asking us to come and talk about it, because just talking about it itself and for God to listen attentively to us itself is a big achievement. And I think we should start from there. What about one of the girls? Would you like to share something, or would you like to say something? Do you want to agree with some of the things or disagree with some of the things we are saying? There's so many of you here. No? Do they ever talk otherwise in other forums? Yes. So this is what I said that one is It slows down your ability to be normal. Anything that is not normal is abnormal.
We don't have a parameter to calculate what is normal and not.
Right. So supposing you do things in a particular way, and then you realize that you're not able to do it in that same manner. Okay? And along with that, you have issues like, probably migraine, headaches, some amount of acidity. One of the big indicators of stress is skin eruptions. We never pay attention to it. It is not that you just get a skin eruption just like that. It's when there is stress in the mind, the skin is the first thing that plays up on our body. So these are all the physical manifestations and the fact that you're not able to do. And I spoke about sleep, spoke about appetite, spoke about just the ability to be yourself, enjoy yourself, hygiene. So for obviously hygiene you will not see it in yourself, but definitely if sleep is disturbed for a long period of time, or if appetite is not there, it's all indicators of stress.
Or losing interest in something what you normally do, and your performance coming down. Whatever your normal performance each of us have, that's coming down. You're just adding to it.
So I think to the extreme of, I mean, it's a very important thing, but it's a thing that many of you will say, why are you telling us? But there are people who will say that, what's the point of living? It's actually a plan for them. It is not that the person wants to die, but the person wants to know why should he live? Because of this, whatever they are doing. So, this is another very big thing. Normally, most people do not talk about suicide. They don't say I want to end my life. So if you ask how many people have asked me, how many of you have thought of suicide as an option to deal with stress? How many of you? I mean, you can be open and put your hand up if you want. So there you go, no one has put up their hands. Which means that it's not a thought that comes to everybody. If it comes, it is a serious thought. How serious it is will be how often they talk about it, what are they do to plan to end their life and those kind of things. And it's a big area that we deal with when people come. So to answer the question, if anybody wants to volunteer, you could come down to a center and you could meet with. So yes, some of the senior volunteers we would like you to meet with. So we have a process. One of us will talk to you, we find out why you want to do this work, and there is a process. Then we will ask you to meet another colleague on another day, and then we ask you to fill in the form, and then we will evaluate, and then we get ready for the training. So that is so anybody wants to volunteer, we have to. I understand that a lot of people have also come from your organization and seek help thanks to Daniel. So, he completely believes in sharing and talking and the importance of that. So, you can come down anytime, you can fix with us, and you can come down.
I want to ask, what all as an individual we can do to keep our mental health in check or have better mental health?
You can put up the money.
Yeah, I think it's very important to have a routine. We all must have a routine. So that's very, very important. When we have inadequate habits, inadequate times, that's not good for us because the mind and body has to have a routine. So one must have a routine. And there are many young, so I can't say you should be healthy all the time. I'm sure you will go hungry sometimes. But you should at least 70% of what you eat in a week should be healthy. The rest of the time you can binge and you can do whatever. And the very important thing is to do some exercise for yourself. It's very, very important. Whatever you do, you don't have to go to a gym. In fact, we say that we will just you can, like, one of the things we tell youngsters is that, of course, if you have your own bikes and all, you can't do it. But if you're taking any public transport, you get off 2 kilometers, you see, basically don't have time. You say, get off 2 kilometers, you can walk it home. Instead of going all the way in a public transport, get off the bus stands before come in an auto, you go and walk it. You don't have time. So, definitely exercising at least 4 days in a week is very important. And the other big thing is about sleep. I mean, a minimum of 7 hours to 8 hours sleep. I mean, these are very standard things. And what we see in Vishwas point of view is they're all messaging, they're all on the screen time, late into the night. And that is what disturbs me. The once you're on screen time in the night, you're not rest. So, you have to discipline yourself to say that at 9 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, I will put off my phone. I will pick it up in the morning. So nothing will happen. And try to get yourself to sleep. So these are all very simple things that will really help in to give you a good sense of health. Not just physical, but even mental.
Maybe keep watching over your thoughts. Watch out for your thoughts. Every day, one thing I can say is 5 minutes of quiet time. Especially what last thing you do before you sleep, what you said, screen and avoid all that. Sit, do nothing. Every day, 5 minutes, sit, do nothing. And watch your thoughts. Just be aware of. The more conscious awareness life you lead, it will help you. So that you catch early for any changes happening, you can catch early so that you can handle it much earlier. And the rest you said. And something else I want to do. I think that's exercise, as you said. Sometimes you don't have time. When you come for coffee, I know there is a lift. You have an option to take the lift, you have an option to take the steps. So, being physically active is important. You don't need extra time, right? You come every day to drink coffee twice to the lift again. Use the steps instead of lift. Unless you really need it. Many times we use that because it's there. People tell me, lift is there, why are you walking up? I said, lift is there for a purpose that I don't need. People find it difficult when I keep walking up 4 floors, up and down. But like that, keeping ourselves active. Our center is in second floor. I haven't seen any of us taking lift unless you hurt your leg or something like that. So there are many ways you can keep yourself active in our own routine.
Yeah, I think we should end on. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vishwas Society for Mental Health. Our website is vishwascounseling.org. You can visit our website, all the details are there.